Alright, welcome to another Alatreon Overexplained. Hopefully providing useful commentary before and during the fight. As usual, our build is centered around having evade window and 200 or so max HP. It is possible to do Alatreon with less than 200 health, but especially when you're starting out, 200 max HP is a very good blanket for error. The reason why we want to evade window is because we will be playing fairly aggressively, and by that I mean we'll be rolling into a lot of his attacks, utilizing our evade window on our equipment to avoid taking damage while staying close to Alatreon, and allowing us to get in damage when opportunities present themselves. If you're far away because you're running away, then when there's an opportunity to hit him a few times, you're not going to be able to take advantage of that opportunity because you're far away. So we're going to want to stay close. We are, for the most part, want to run towards him or roll through his attacks as opposed to rolling away from his attacks. And normal advice applies. If he's looking at you, he's going to attack you. We want to stay close. We want to hit the head and the arms. If you're using a ranged weapon, you can tenderize the wings and hit the wings or the chest, as they take the most damage from ranged weapons. But everything else wants to hit the head and arms. When he's enraged, he does combos of 3. So 3 aerial head smashes, 3 targeted lines of lightning. When he is not enraged, he'll do 2 of those. So they're shorter, easier to deal with, but also a shorter opening. Right? Okay. With the Charge Blade, we're mostly going to be using our Axe mode. The reason for that is because of Alatreon's Elemental Topple. The additional damage from the Axe hits has not been balanced correctly, and they contribute more than they should for his Elemental Topple, which means we can topple him many times in comparison to other weapons. And because Alatreon's a tall monster, the axe attacks are also quite effective. As normal at the start of our fight, we're going to buff up into camp. We will put our Rock Steady Mantle on before we go down. That way we will not get knocked off when we Clutch Claw his face. And we will spin him twice and try to shoot him into the canyon. Claw the face, spin him once. See, that lightning attack would have knocked us off. He actually won't go into the rocks. He was turned too much. So I didn't bother to try. One thing I forgot to mention before starting is that we need to make sure we're timing our attacks. We end our attacks and combos when Alatreon ends his attacks. That way we are able to dodge when needed. eat some damage here. That's alright. You saw that I already got an elemental topple. Once again, that's because the Charge Blade's axe attacks. I guess this is equally true for like the amped sword, for example. All those extra file hits from the Charge Blade deal abnormally high elemental damage for the topple. And that's one of the reasons why we want 200 HP. Pausing my attacks so I can dodge. During the downs. It was a bit of an odd combo. During the downs, focusing on the head. One thing I also forgot to mention at the start of the video is we always want to keep Alatreon on our screen. You get hit or he flies away, before you do anything, you need to put him on your screen so you can see what's going on and make informed choices. He's enraged, so it's 3 hits, and when he does the head slam, we can grab the hind legs or tail. A pretty early land. So again, we watch for the front legs during that aura attack, both the phase change and the regular aura attack. We watch for the front legs, and when they touch the ground, we roll just after. Not when they touch the ground, but just after. And once again, making sure that you're pausing your inputs or ending your attacks, so that when Alatreon's attacks ends, you can roll. Like, he's not enraged, so I could crash him. Oh, he enraged. So we have 2 options. We can smoke him out. We can try for a topple. Was slightly too far forward for that. And as mentioned before we started, we want to stay close, roll into attacks. That's the 3rd topple, by the way. Watch his front legs. When he ice breaths like this, there's always an obvious tell, the inhale or whatever. And when he does that, as long as you aren't on the ground, you don't take damage. We roll into him using our evade window. We could clutch claw him to avoid damage, but we're also close enough that we're just out of the hitbox. End our attacks, pause your input. Be a little patient. And again, we run towards him. If we run away from the lightning, then we have to keep running away from every line of lightning. We made a little mistake, but that's okay. We observe him first. Always watch what he's doing first, then choose what to do after. He's using Eschaton, so we always want to make sure that we're full HP. which we are. You could use this time to sharpen your weapon. Since we got 3 topples, we're gonna take like 100 damage or something. And since there's no running from it, cannot run or escape Eschaton. So we just stay close for when he lands. We're not avoiding the damage by rolling out of range, we're avoiding the damage by iframing it with evade window. Roar. Pause our inputs, see what he's doing. That's that. That's a pretty quick one. Watching.